because he's been ordered to get a
We're ready? Good morning.
inspection.
Morning.
I'd like to call to order the Marshall County Unsafe Building Board meeting for September 26, 2024. Roll call, please.
Kim Berger, Town of Bourbon.
Jim Masterson, Marshall County Council.
Chris Garner, Marshall County Neighborhood Center.
Bill Clevenger, Town of Culver.
Keith Frayne, Town of Bremen.
Dennis Manuel, City of Plymouth.
Faith Freed, Marshall County Health Department.
Charles Garman, Marshall County Building Commissioner.
Before we begin, Tina has mentioned that under our review cases, the Culver Sandhill Farms, Mr. Berger is in a meeting and he's requested that he be the last. So we're going to kind of change that and put Culver Sandhill Farms down at the last. Next on the agenda is the review of the minutes of the August 1st, 2024 meeting. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Next is a new case, 24 UB 07. Haney, Robert and Geneva Haney at 7672 Main Street, Polk Township in Plymouth. Morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Anyone here to speak on behalf of the Haneys?
Wow.
Mr. Garman?
The report was made on July 22nd stating that the foundation was caved in the home. I made a visit on August 22nd. First thing I noticed was overgrowth to the property. You could barely see it from the road, barely see the roof from the road. From the pictures, we can see that a good portion of the exterior foundation walls have caved in on 3 sides of the home. I attempted to make contact with the listed owners of the property by mail with a letter dated August 28th. The letter was sent to the address of the property and to the address listed on Beacon for the deeded owner of the property. The letter sent to that address was returned. My recommendation is that we move forward with demolition proceedings on the property due to the crumbling foundation. You can see completely through the house from 3 sides. Not really sure how it's still standing.
Any discussion from the board?
I haven't heard back from the deeded owners either.
Certainly looks like a mess.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Yeah. Mr. Garman, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What's your recommendation?
We proceed with demolition proceedings.
Okay. Sean, do you have any comment on this?
No, I mean, if Mr. Garman is ready to go, he can initiate the demolition process and go from there.
All right, do we require a motion on this?
No.
Okay. So I would assume the board all in agreement to issue the demo?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Garman?
I'll do my best to
Pardon?
try to contact them and move forward
Yeah.
with the demolition process.
On review of cases, next case is 24 UB02, Aurora. Sabrino, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Severino.
Sabarino, 3163 Plymouth LaPorte Trail in Polk Township. Anyone here to speak on behalf of this case?
Wow.
So this is the one that we were going to push to demo, and the house was sold to Mr. Severino or Mr. Arroyo without him knowing. We stated that we were going to allow him to attempt to fix it up. He has made progress. The pictures show, previous to this, me and him agreed that we would strip all the wall coverings and floor coverings to get down to see what damage has been created. A lot of the debris was still inside the house at our last meeting, but since then, he has removed all of it, and he's in the process of getting a third party to come in, assess the damage, and tell him how and what needs to be fixed.
It's been a fire, it looks like.
No, that's water damage.
It is?
That's all water damage.
Wow.
So he's making progress on it. So I think I'm gonna continue to monitor it. Hopefully, we get the assessment from a third party here rather quickly. I just met with him on the 23rd, so these are fairly recent pictures.
Looks like quite a bit of work's been done since the last time we met.
Yes, sir. A lot. He's removed it, disposed of it properly. He's got his dump truck there. You know, he bought a property and wants to try to fix it, and I think we should allow him to attempt it.
Board have any comments or suggestions?
So when that's done, will you issue a certificate of occupancy?
Yes. Right now, he just has a demolition permit, and he'll get a renovation permit once he knows what he needs to fix, and we get this third party in there to assess it, and then we'll monitor it all the way through there. He's got a lot of, it's going to be a full gut, new plumbing, new electrical, new second story.
I'm thinking septic,
Yep,
well,
that is on the list.
And is the house totally secured that? I
Yeah,
mean,
nobody can go inside of it.
No critters, nothing like
No,
that?
it's all closed up.
Is he a landlord? Like, does he have other properties or?
I'm not sure if he has any other properties. I know he lives right in here, somewhere right around here,
Okay,
but I don't think he's renting properties, no.
Okay.
I don't know, though, but I don't think so.
Faith, do you have any comment?
No, I did drive by last week, and it does look a lot better than when it first
All right.
started, so.
Mr. Cerisi?
No comments?
Okay.
hopefully the soil types are okay so that the septic doesn't cost more than the entire structure.
Yeah.
He's got quite a bit of room out behind it also.
Faith can handle that.
Thanks.
That's all you.
She's good at it.
Okay, the next case is 24 UB-06, Mr. James Burnt at 11816 Lincoln Way Highway in Center Township. Anyone here to speak on behalf of the property? All right, sir, would you, Mr. Burnt?
Yes,
Would you like to come up to the table and up the front, please?
this table.
Yes, sir. One of those two chairs will work. Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning.
Okay.
So we started with the report at the last meeting, and since then, Mr. Burnt has made progress. I met with him yesterday on site. He's torn off the overhang on the front of the house, which was the main way water was getting in, and he put up a temporary barrier to keep critters out of the home. It's my opinion that Mr. Burnt is making progress in attempting to remedy the issue. And I asked him today to come speak and answer any questions that you guys had for him.
Mr. Burnt, any comments or questions?
Nothing special, that's pretty much the situation. I am kind of limited and, because I go up to South Bend every day and that kind of limits my ability to work on it. And yesterday I did get most of the the overhang in the back, because I wanted to make it look like the front and be able to keep the critters out, so put the same thing I did on the front, because that seems to be cover the open spaces, and I do want to cover the back too with plyboard, and make sure that it doesn't get rain inside.
Are you planning on living here?
Not at the moment.
I sold you that
Because I-
land years ago,
Oh, yes,
and you brought the home in, yeah.
right. Because I have my house in Bremen, and so, but I did want to make sure that it was closed up and no critters could get in there.
When you fix that up, what are the future plans for that? You going to leave it vacant, or are you going to sell it?
For
or
now, yeah, I'm not, don't plan on selling it. Well, things change. The reason I go up to South Bend is because I help my mom out, and we're kind of looking forward to her birthday in December,
Yeah,
and she'll be 100 years old, so.
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm 77 myself, so I'm not sure if I have to put this in my will or figure out something else to do with it, but I'm just kind of trying to figure things out, I guess.
Well, it's going to be your choice, but when you leave them vacant like that, is there heat and is there gas and electric to the property?
No,
No?
no.
So when you fix that, it's going to deteriorate as you leave it standing there, but that's going to be your call.
Anyone on the board have any other comments or questions?
I would like to know, are you planning on doing anything more than just the fascia on the front there, or is that just a temporary fix?
Yeah, that's kind of just a temporary fix. I'm not sure exactly. I was kind of looking on this old house and trying to figure out things to do about that. Maybe the commissioner or the inspector.
The biggest thing is to get the roof repaired first. I mean, that's what we're attempting to do right now. And as long as he's making progress, I don't think there's much that I can really do, no matter how slow the process is. Progress is progress. But the overall goal right now is to get the roof fixed, stop the water from coming into the house. And after that, we can go in and do an interior assessment. But I don't see any reason to go inside as long as we still have water coming into the home.
That's an outstanding location in an area of some pretty high-priced houses.
It's
So I'm
3
sure
acres.
Dennis has got a few calls.
There's quite a bit of land there
Yeah, there
that
is.
Yeah,
goes
great
with it.
It's a great property.
That's the Stockman property. Mhm. With the church and everything right there.
Mr. Burr, you did mention something about maybe in the future donating the property yesterday, I believe, if I heard you right, correct?
Charitable donation.
Charitable
I
donation.
could. I was wondering about that.
I just wanted to put that out there for you guys.
But you do not have any foreseeable plans on putting the property up for sale?
No foreseeable.
Could be an income producer for you at some point,
Oh, in what way?
rental. Because there's a shortage of available housing in Plymouth. If it were put into shape, that would command some pretty good rent in the Plymouth market.
Oh,
That might offset your expenses rather than, that's your call.
Mr. Burke, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
can't think of anything.
All right.
Do
Mr.
you have
Garman,
any
what's
other
your, oh, I'm
questions?
sorry.
Do you have any other questions about?
The board have any other questions, Mr. Burke? Mr. Garman?
I think as long as he's making progress, we're going to keep looking at it. If it stops, then everything changes,
All right.
If it goes back to just sitting vacant again with nobody giving attention, keeping the yard mowed down, attempting to make repairs to it, everything can change. But right now, he's making progress.
Mr. Byrne, thank you for coming in, sir.
Oh, thank you,
All right, good
Thank you,
luck.
Mr. Byrne.
thank you.
Mr. Berger has arrived. Next case is 20 UB-04 Culver Sand Hill Farms, 590 to 600 Jefferson, and that should be Union Township in Culver. Kevin, you want to come up here to the front, please? Mr. Kevin Berger.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming.
So I stopped out and made a visit on the 24th, 2 days ago. Mr. Berger's done a really good job of cleaning up the exterior. You can see from the photos, the before and after. He has, and that was the plan, he got all of the wood and larger materials and tires off of the roof. Progress is happening here to clean it up. We'll see here in a second the front of the building, which I don't think people have seen in a very long time. He continues to make progress inside. We did an interior inspection. He has taken a lot of stuff out of the inside so we could walk through. Not going to deny that there's still a lot of stuff on the inside, but structurally, the building seems fine. Structurally, it's old red iron. Didn't see any issues. There's no, I mean, other than the few leaks that he has in the roof and the stuff inside of it, and you can see he's made progress clearing stuff out. Those are before and after pictures of how much stuff was in the way. He's taken 5 or 6 of those large red dumpsters that we've seen out of there. There was a picture at the beginning that showed the doors locked from the inside, but made it so that they could be removed. If somebody were to go inside and something to happen, they would be able to get out. And he's installed a lock on the back overhead door to secure the building. And this is basically another situation where progress is being made, and we keep allowing progress to be made. I don't think he has any intention of quitting, and I asked him to come here today to answer any of your guys' questions.
Board, have any comments or questions? Mr. Berger, do you have anything you want to add?
Just here to answer questions.
All right. Do we have any questions for Mr. Berger?
Was it a residential structure at one time?
No, this was a old furniture store.
Okay. And what is your hopes and dreams for it, I guess, in the future?
Intentions.
I bought it, and you don't have the true before pictures because there were old cars out there, it was unmowed, there was everything else. I bought it with the intention of cleaning it up some. I had hopes of working with the town on a ready grant or a blight issue to remove it down. The town of Culver is not interested in doing that, so I'm cleaning it up and keeping it as is for the time being. If I get it cleaned out, it could be a storage building. I think it's a valuable piece of property in the future at one of the entrances to Culver. So everything's for sale, it's on the market. You know, I'm not actively marketing it until I get it a little bit better in shape, but we'll see what happens. I would still entertain something with a ready grant or something else in the next round if there's the possibility of doing that.
Do you feel it's structurally sound, Chuck?
Yeah, I don't see any issues with it.
Okay.
I mean, we were even able to see some of the wood. Part of the building is red iron steel, the other one is wood, and you can see in some of the areas as we walk through, and everything appears fine. Nothing's like leaning, nothing's falling over. I mean, it just doesn't look the best from the outside, but unsightly doesn't mean unsafe.
No.
And I think the former building commissioners have gone in and probably made the same assessment. As he continues to clear it out, we'll be able to get closer, to looking against the walls and everything, but looking up inside at everything, it's fine.
It doesn't seem to, the roof's not leaking or anything.
Oh, there's still some leaks in the roof, but, I mean, it's a pole building, once he,
Or if it's leaking and getting on the outside structural members.
right. On the edges, I didn't see anything.
Okay.
Didn't see anything that would be like stand out to me. Like I say, part of it's red iron, so, I mean, it's still solid. Nothing seems warped, nothing's leaning that I could see. There was not an area that I wouldn't walk through because, it's not structurally sound, so. I think as long as he keeps cleaning it out, we'll keep taking a look and keep making an assessment, I suppose.
The former owner was obviously a hoarder for years, so.
Yeah, I would say so.
Were there squatters
obvious.
living in there, or was that just someone who collected junk?
There's a lot of stuff in there.
At this point,
Wow. So I did not recognize this building last time, but I do, once I could see the front, I'm like, I do remember going by there as a kid.
I remember the first time I looked at it, you could barely see the front of the building, and especially that one picture down the side. I mean, that was all grown up. There was trash sitting in it, and that's happened just from the last meeting that we had. All that cleanup around the exterior of the building has happened since the last meeting. So I do think he's putting in the time, and progress is progress.
How much more, Kevin, how much more do you have to clean out of there? Quite a bit more?
yes.
Yeah.
On my third 40-yard dumpster, which we are actually going out and smashing down, so they've been going out like 7 tons overweight. And
Oh, my goodness.
if I had to guess, 5 more at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Plus, until the burn ban, I've had 3 burn barrels going every weekend with all the wood stuff and, the stuff that's just junk. It's completely unorganized. The picture you saw, it was just piled in there. I've yet to find the treasure.
Hopefully you will.
I've lost about 5 pounds this summer moving
I
things.
can imagine. I can imagine.
Good news, they lifted the burn ban.
Yes.
I would
And now
think
it's raining
with
so
the
much you
rain.
can't burn anything.
Didn't we know that would happen?
I say thank you very much, and Culver ought to be very happy you bought this property. That's a great entrance there when that's cleaned up.
Kind of what I thought.
Yeah. Mr. Cerisi, any comments or questions?
No, I echo the Culver's happy. As a resident, I appreciate it.
Any more comments or questions from the board? Kevin, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Keep
Thank
up
you.
keep up the work.
Anybody wants to work out, come on. There's Sunday, there's plenty to do.
Can we keep any treasure we find?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, all right, okay.
It's like the old belt-driven sewing machine that's in there.
It's a value, but it's not worth my time to try and market it or do anything with it. So
Yeah.
there's stuff of value. I have a scrapper working in there, and basically, she's taking the scrap with the understanding that she takes everything else that goes to the dumpster. So she's kind of doing that. So that's worked out some, but it's
Wow.
gonna be a slow and long process. But it's amazing how much is in there, but the building is over 50 years old, and it's been out of business for, what, Bill, 30 years?
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably.
It's just been piled in there since then.
Well, good for you making that investment in your community
That's right.
Yeah.
and the hard work. Yeah, good for
Thank
you.
you.
Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Kevin, for coming in. Other business, 24 UB-03, Mr. Ordonez. Anyone here to speak on behalf of that property? Mr. Garman?
I just brought this up to follow up with you guys. This is the one that was burnt, that we started the proceedings on, and then we're able to find the owner of it. He went and tore it down. For a while, it sat with all the debris from inside the home on it. I was just out there yesterday, and this is what it looks like. I just wanted to follow up and let you guys see that the home had been removed. I'm going to be working on getting the foundation secured. He did a quit claim deed to another family that lives here in Plymouth, and I assume that eventually what their idea is to build a home back on the same foundation. But in the meantime, they need to secure the foundation so that the kids, animals aren't walking across that and falling into the 3-foot crawl space. But I just wanted to bring it up and let you guys see the progress that had been made on it. I think he even got the junk car out of there now that I look at it. The one in the picture is the dump truck that it cleaned up. They removed the car from the property. Used to be a silver car that sat right where I'm taking that picture from.
And your recommendation is to,
I think we're gonna probably remove it from coming in and seeing it every meeting, at the point that it's at right now. I'll get them to put some type of barrier around it, thinking just yellow, or the orange snow fence for the time being, and actually get in contact with the new people who own it now. Mr. Ordonez doesn't own it anymore. And they have letters, they've been sent letters to get the debris cleaned up for the ordinance violation, so we do know that we have some sort of contact with them, because as soon as they got the letter, it started getting cleaned up.
question from the board? Mrs. Cerisi, anything?
No.
Work in progress.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any other business for the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Been moved by Mr. Masterson, second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Forward progress
Demo
seems
house.
to be the theme of.
Yeah.
Right behind that one, on the other side of the road.
Maybe, at least it is.